Hello again, guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Range podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley, along with my co-host and friend, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great, especially since we're both wearing Eagles and Angels hats. Big shout out to everyone who purchased one. Check it out. Proceeds went to the In Honor of Duco Project. I can't thank you guys enough for your support. Speaking of support, for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune in. Guys, you are absolutely the fantastic, best in the world listeners, viewers out there, bar none.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Give yourself a good round of applause.
Yeah. See, if we were real high production, we could have like a sound effect, you know, with the.
I thought you had the clapping hands.
I got it. I kind of left that bag a couple years ago.
All right. We messed. Listen to some early episodes. We had that going. It's kind of
we had it then.
comical.
Yeah, we got it in there.
No, but hey guys, do us a huge favor, man. Hit that subscribe button, leave us a rating, review, all that other good stuff to help us beat this crazy AI algorithm. Because here's the bottom line. Rumor on the street, federal government doesn't like On the Range podcasts. They're suppressing us. They've put it out. So the only way to beat them, you know, if you want to beat Uncle Sugar, man, hit that subscribe button, rating, review. I don't care if it's just a thumbs up emoji. Leave us something. Since you're out there, you know, pondering the interwebs, why don't you swing by warhog.com and kelleydefense.com, sign up for our newsletter, check out the great stuff we got going on. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag for this one, Mark. Viewers are going to have to go there, but I'm in the process of updating the store with something. Woo, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be big. Big.
Yeah, man.
The only way to find out is swing by the store and check it out. So if I give the cat out the bag, you know, nobody's going to swing by the site. So speaking of big Patreon page, patreon.com/On the Range podcast. Big, huge. Check it out. We are in the process of populating more training videos. I mean, we've got it. It's just a matter of ginning them up, get them out there. You know, content's already been shot. That's going to be big, huge for you guys. Probably looking at 60 plus, I'm thinking, Mark, training videos. Mm-hmm. So they're going to start trickling in here, most Ricky-Ticky, but the best thing is bi-monthly Zoom calls with our patrons. Bi-monthly Zoom calls. During these Zoom calls, you know, we chat about stuff, making ourselves 1% better, but we also have a monthly shooting challenge. And I'm going to tell you, they're gunning for us, pal. But I think we're still holding on to El Champion. And then last but not least, guys, don't forget OTR Training on Demand. It's on both of our pages. Check that out. Again, another site where you can go ahead and get training information. So since we're kind of on the training thing, Mark, I think that kind of segues, I think if all our housekeeping is straight, right into, you know, today's episode, talking about being 1% better. One thing I almost forgot, I got to put this PSA out there. Parents, listen to me. You know, stop your distractions, do whatever. Give me your 100% focal attention here for literally 10 seconds. Be aware. Just came out today. These cartels are basically making candy-looking fentanyl pills out there. There's been a big bust up in New York where I think like 15,000 pills found in a Lego box. A couple of the busts around the country finding them in like Skittles bags, other things, trying to disguise them as candy. So this Halloween season, I would ask you, please, we used to do it back in the day. I'm not sure what guys still do. Go through your kids' candy. If it looks suspect, you know, packages open, whatever, just throw it away. It's not worth risking your kid's life because if your kids get a hold of this,
or your own.
If it looks, you know, if you think there's something suspect in there, just pitch it right in the trash, man, because literally just handling this stuff can kill you. So there's a war against America going on right now. Unfortunately, they're targeting us. You know, 300 Americans a day are dying from these things, and now they're starting to target kids. So be careful on that one. So I think oh, I got one other note, depending when this goes out. I got to do a big shout out. So obviously you guys see all my Duke apparel behind me. somewhere in the vicinity whenever this goes out. So there was a police canine that was killed back in 2014. Canine Baron. His handler, they have been super supportive of me. And I did a post. So if you guys look at either my page or Duke's page, there was a post on it where she pretty much wrote up kind of how things escalated and how he was killed. Give that a read, give them support, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Yeah, it's been, 8 years ago. It still stings. And, even me just looking at that picture, it gets me emotional because trust me, I know the hurt, the pain that goes with it. So just keep them in your thoughts and prayers and check out the page, read the post, because me trying to read, I'm just going to sit here and be just an emotional crash wreck. But I ask you guys read it and just put your thoughts and prayers out to that family. So, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, just go to IG.
So let's get
a really good post. Good.
Yeah. But let's get into 1% Better, man.
Yeah. Wherever you are, guys, thank you for making us part of your day. And today's episode is brought to you by manscaped.com. We'll talk about them a little bit later. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code OTR20, save yourself 20%, and get free shipping. Mm-hmm. So we encountered we always like to have conversations at our training events.
No, not us.
I know. We like to draw the information out because it's very telling and it's very good teaching points because it drives to the points we're trying to make when we're talking about, hey, man, think about this, think about that. And here's an example of it. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Yep. We had a guy, great guy, 2-time offender of the Hogg Tactical Kelley Defense pistol course at the AT K9 conference. He was there last year and he was there this year. Great guy, solid guy, dedicated to training, dedicated to his community. And we asked a simple question because a lot of times we want to nip it in the bud right away. Hey, man, this is an unemotional thing that we're doing here. We're firing shots. Okay. You don't want people to they miss, they kick the dirt, get frowns on their faces. The big thing for us too is all that learning stops when you're acting like that. You're thinking about that shot. You're not thinking about what you did. And we talk about those things, but you pose a question. Hey man, is it okay to miss? And absolutely. This guy says, no, I don't feel like I can miss because they're watching. I'm on the tactical team. I got a dog, all this other stuff. I can't miss. It's too important. I can't miss. And why don't we just kind of go into that, Rick, and our response right away. You responded right away. Yeah. And it turned into a big discussion.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have to miss because if you're sitting there keeping yourself at a speed where you're not missing, how are you ever going to improve? So we use the analogy, the target gives you permission. So think about this, and you're going to have to use some imagination here for a minute. If you're basically keyholing the target, and specifically we start on 3-inch dots, we start on a small target by design because we want to push that marksmanship. You're sitting there basically knocking this thing, the center out like you're shooting out the Texas Star at the carnival. Are you really pushing yourself? Are you really working? So to me, it's one of these where if I'm just staying at that can't miss speed, how am I ever getting better? So to me, it was, I was telling him, hey, man, you're riding here in second gear, kick it up to third, maybe fourth. When you start busting shots outside into the white, hey, man, maybe now it's time to throttle things back or look at, hey, man, what's falling apart? Am I really not acquiring my sights for that second time? Is my grip falling off? What's going on? What's causing you to have those dramas? Because we've got to sit there, and when we sit there and go 1% better every single day, we mean it. And the way you do it, unfortunately, sometimes is through failure. You have a mechanical device that is humanly operated in your hand. 1,000 different things could happen for you to throw that shot. Let's think about it. You have an explosion going on in your hands. And 9 times out of 10, people are trying to, mitigate the recoil, push it down, do something right at that moment when that thing's going to bang. And there's, whether you want to call it a flinch, a snatch the trigger. 1,000 different things going on, right? But, we quickly nipped it going, you have to. That's how you learn. Now, if you miss and have no idea why you missed, then we got some bigger dramas, and we've got to address that.
Right.
But he was, like I said, he was a repeat offender, knew he had the ability to call his shots. And here's the thing. When I'm shooting and shots aren't where they want, dude, I call it like that. Hey, man, here's what's up. I'm sitting there running my soup coolers doing this, blah, 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 and bam, the shot goes, hey, high right, low, left, right, whatever. It's calling because I see that dock check off, and I'm like, yeah, dude, jack that one up. Unemotional, just call the shot, right? And I usually articulate, hey, man, I was doing this, and this, and here's what caused it. Okay, right. Cool. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like you can't miss that. There's a time and place. Don't get me wrong. If you're going out, you're doing a mission. Yes, you can't miss. You have to put your bullets where they're intended to go. This was addressing specifically on the training side. And you know what? Sometimes you might have to burn that extra 10th or 2 to sit there and go, hey, man, I got this thing exactly where I need to take, especially if I'm taking a high percentage shot. Boom. I got to thread the needle and do surgical shooting. But you can build yourself to that point. But you've got to sit there and go, hey, what am I doing for that? And it was just in a regular flat range training scenario, I can't miss.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll make you miss. In essence, right? I'll go put a 25-meter bull up. I'll jank you back to 50. You're not going to hit the black. Is that considered a miss? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
and we we can all have our theories, but this is coming from a law enforcement perspective, where, and we've talked about it many times, that the actual range time, the structured range time that many of these officers get is minimal. And a lot of times when they show up, they're there for one thing. They're there for test day.
Yep.
They're there for test day. So in a sense, he is correct. And that's what happens if you have that. Every time I go to the range and it's a structured environment, I can't miss, or I'm going to, they're going to pull me off the street for a week and I got to get retrained or whatever, or I'm going to get kicked off of it does have an effect on these guys. And we're trying to let them know that, hey, you're not going to learn anything by doing it right all the time. And if you're making the circumstance completely to the point where you're not going to disrupt the sights because you're taking forever to break those shots, you're not going to learn nothing. And you're not going to miss, but you're not getting anything out of it either.
Yeah, but let's be an honest broker, Mark, right? I can't say that I've seen every single qual test in this country. I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And let's be an honest broker. You could almost Warhog Flamingo every single one and do okay, right? We're talking a full size silhouette type target. Okay, cool. You're dropping a couple points. If you had something where you're doing precision type shooting, maybe I'd sit there and go something. Hey, check it out. You've got to run the plate rack at these different distances, all clean in these time standards. Okay. Yeah. But dude, missing, that's part of the game, right? That's part of the improvement. It happens. Yeah. Like I said, it goes back to, if you don't know why, then there's a bigger issue. But 9 times out of 10, you're sitting there calling, yeah, dude, like I'm running the plate rack. Dude, I'm just running too fast, right? I'm outrunning my headlights. I'm in 4th gear when I need to kick it down in 3rd, throttle down, let the sight settle just a minute second more, break the shot, boom, and get your hits.
Yeah. And it's the policy and the attitudes of folks who are involved in the training process that I believe, whether they know it or not, is adding to this. A lot of it, you said, self-induced, like, hey, these aren't tremendously difficult tests the majority of the time. And that's all it is. It's test day. It's not training day. It's test day.
Yep.
But you got to hold them guys a little bit of accountable. And I think, they're trying to do their best as well. They got a tall task, especially on these larger departments. They got to get these guys through and try to help out as many as they can. I get it. I get it. I've been in that world, and you've been in this world for 3 decades, so we understand it. But it doesn't change the fact that these officers' attitudes towards those type of training days, it's not helping a lot of times. It's hurting.
No, but that tells me too, Mark, right? Whoever these training guys are not giving them the proper instruction they need. You see all this range artificiality crap out there. Like we still got some people tracking targets to the ground. Cool.
Yeah.
Check it out. A follow-up sight picture will fix whatever way, because not everybody just falls to the ground. Oh, they might actually keep moving. So why are they training? Well, when I shoot him, he's going to fall. Okay. But then like we pose the question, well, what's your post-shooting procedures? I don't think yet we have found a guy that can tell me clearly without a doubt what his post-shooting procedures is. And to me, that's shocking. So you're telling me that you're instilling in these guys, don't miss, but then you can't even have, hey, you shot a dude. Now what are you doing? What's up? And I use the classic scenario. Hey, man, you just shot Bubba with his, modified fully auto AK-47. What are you doing? Maybe I'll scan and assess. Good God, my man. Okay, Bubba's out there. Here comes Cletus right behind him. Cletus is going to go, oh, damn, Bubba just got shot. And you got a full auto freaking machine gun out there laying in the street. What are you doing? And nobody can give me, that's the other part of it is, we've got a different mindset, for lack of better terms. We tell these guys, hey, man, we kind of, before we even launch one bullet downrange, treat this like the street. Change your mindset. That is not a paper target. That is an individual that is warranting you some type of deadly force that requires deadly force back. Boom.
Yeah.
So take the artificiality. The little 3-inch dot hasn't moved to the ground. So why are we tracking?
No, it's still there.
Yeah. But it's driving those, to me, they're self-preservation skills, right? How hard is it to sit there and go, do I have a follow-up sight picture? Yes. Mental check. Cool. Finger off trigger. Guns coming back to the ready or in the holster, whatever drill we're doing. And then boom, we're done. Yeah. Why is that? I'm still boggled. Why is that not driven into these guys? And you just see rubbish, man. And
yeah,
we brought up, and I'm not trying to dog these guys, but I'm just trying to go, you've got to open up your blinders. This is the way we've always done. It still blows me away. You got a training logbook for your dog. You got diddly for you on how your firearms training is going. Yep. You passed the qual. Check and I don't even know what pass means, right? Is it scored? Is it just a pass? I mean, I don't know how your agency does it, what target you're using, but it's like, okay, cool. I'm qualled. And that's all they've got for data. Oh my God, man. Or you ask simple, hey man, 7 meters, draw the first shot, IPSC style target. What's your time? No idea. And again, we're not trying to bust these guys. We're just trying to drive a point home. How can you even know if you're getting better if you don't even know where to start? There's no starting point.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to diagnose a couple of those things that we see every time, but we got to talk about Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code OTR20. Big supporter of the show. Mm-hmm. Save yourself 20% and get free shipping, because today we're smack dab in the middle of fresh ball fall, Rick. Definitely one of my favorite times of the year. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Probably got some pumpkin spice and everything nice.
That's right. Even Mother Nature knows when it's time to lose that excess clutter off from the fall, man. So you can join 6 million men worldwide who've trusted Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping by using the code OTR20. Like we said, we've received a lot of products from them. It's not just the lawnmower and the weed whacker. It's their underwear. It's their other kind of grooming stuff that they have out there. That's all kinds of products that's going to make you feel like $1 million. Mm-hmm. So why not go ahead and save yourself 20%? Check it out. There's no reason. The holidays are coming.
Yeah, man.
These things are going to be flying off the shelves, bro.
Flying off the shelves. You don't want to see that sold out. Kind of like the in our Duco patch, you don't want to see the sold out when you go to Manscaped and you're like,
no. And then you're going to be walking around like Snuffleupagus.
Might have some stuff falling out your pant leg. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Could be
that's quite a pickle you'd be in. So anyway, guys, go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20 for 20% off and free shipping. You know, I know these guys are out there trying to do their best. All of them are, man. 99% of the people we see are just fantastic human beings doing a tough job and doing their best at it and doing very well at it many times.
Yeah.
But some of the things, like you said, the following to the ground and all that stuff, there's a lot of those drills that I'm not necessarily saying that that's horrible, but why not just say pick up a secondary sight picture, hold a secondary sight picture no matter where that target goes? I mean, why do we have to do that motion? Because people are going they do it out on the range. Now, we like the movement. You know, we incorporate some of that stuff, being used to, you know, moving a little bit, you know, within the confines of what you can do in the training environment.
It's not always to the left, guys.
And it's not always to the left, folks.
Because what if you got a brick wall there or a vehicle or somewhere where you can't?
Yeah.
If you only train to move one way, right?
Yeah.
And you're in that situation, God forbid. Not what happens when you don't have that movement that way. Now what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they look at you like you're crazy. Like, no way, man, I'll be good. I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah. I'll give you another example. Someone steps to the left. There's a perfectly good brick wall right here to the right that all you can do is boop, step to the right and step behind. Now you have great, you know what I'm saying?
Piece of cover.
They're still going to step to the left. They're still going to step to the left.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, man, you know, we've seen it. I wouldn't do that in a real, dude, BS. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You can't stop from doing it here.
Yeah.
You can't stop from doing it here.
Well, then you take the step left, right? Do your business. Then you take a step right back to the right again.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Dude, get the guy in the fight. You know? I mean,
we can go all day. I mean, tac mag reloads, you know, those should be the thing. I mean,
ammo, dude, you blow it. Ammo management is the shooter's responsibility, right?
Yep.
And these guys, they don't get it because they're so used to just burning through a mag. Now, some dudes, I'm not going to say they don't get it. There's some guys that do, right? There's some guys that between each iteration, dude, they're tac mag changing. Good.
And you can tell that they practice them too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and you would think that here's the crazier part. You would think just the peer pressure of, well, I should have my periphery. He's messing with his magazine. Maybe I should mess with my magazine, you know? Yeah. But it's that, well, nobody told me. Well, no kidding, dude. We don't tell you by design because it's a thinking man's game. We give you the task or we show you the task. We tell them about ammo management, you know, shooter's responsibility. Hey, man, we're going to run 2 mags of 15 on drill X. Did I say you couldn't? Because that's the whole thing. I don't want to baby these guys. Well, you didn't tell us. I shouldn't have to. You're telling me that you can't do this. And dude, we hear it all the time. Well, I have to do this. Says who? Well, you know, training sergeant says, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. Why don't you just show him this and explain why? Right? It's all the why. Well, excuse me, training sergeant, why am I doing this? You know?
I think the point about that is there times when it is quicker to do things because you're setting up for what's coming next. Okay, I get it. I get it. We're trying to be efficient in moving through everything you want to cover today. However, we can't do that at the expense of doing something that's going to cause a huge problem later on. And sometimes that happens. It does. And it's very difficult to spot that in, you know, got 1,000 people on your police department. It's very difficult to spot that in a single individual where it's a problem. That's why we want you to lean away from that stuff.
Yeah. And it's trying to get guys, the whole key thing is trying to get guys to think, trying to get guys to figure out how to formulate their own training plan. Right. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you've got, there's a couple guys that were like, went to their training section. Hey man, I need 400 rounds for our course. Well, show me this course description that says you need 400 rounds. Dude, if a guy's coming up to you saying, I need 400 rounds for a course, you're going to question him. You know, now if he said 4,000, okay, maybe. Wow, you're going to burn through that in a day? Wow, I got to see this. Maybe it's a typo. Let me talk to this guy.
Yeah.
But we had guys that were getting, you know, almost questioned by their freaking department by going, "Hey man, I need 400 rounds." Come on. Now, I got to say, there's quite a few that we're still offering, the 50 rounds a month, and you can go 50 rounds. That's it. Well, dude, 50 rounds better than no rounds, right?
Absolutely.
So, but I can tell you this, from the majority of the agencies that I know that hand out ammo, dude, you know who's shooting the majority of those 50 rounds a month? The training staff, because nobody comes and gets it.
Yeah.
Or
that's
very
a great
few.
point, brother. That's a very good point. We're not letting you guys off the hook because, you're, my training staff. Hey, look, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility. I mean, they put together a POI, a program of instruction, and they deliver it. But you got to go out there and practice. Even if you're practicing the stuff that they're teaching you, that we're trying to say, hey, maybe there's other ways to do it. And dude, I've seen all kinds of range rules and all this other stuff that if you're subject to that, you have to work within that. It's just the way it is. I get it. But this is your responsibility to come up with ways and to use what's available. Like you said, if you're not using those 50 rounds and that's what you're getting, or your range has lunchtime open shoot practice, and you're not filling that notebook that log yourself in, that's on you. That's absolutely on you. One other thing before, hey, maybe I'll just do a tac mag change. I'm still waiting. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag on this because I don't think anybody's going to remember. If someone would have said down the line, hey guys, do a tac mag reload, I'd have been like, and then people did it. Hey man, I'm down.
Because that falls in line, right, to our other culprit, which is the sympathetic fire that we.
Yes.
I think we only had one crew in all of our times teaching that has not done it, right? Everyone else.
Yeah.
We
it was
had
like
one
the
day,
first or second day.
Yeah. They were switched on.
It might have been the first day that they didn't fall for it.
I was like, damn. And that's what it is. And you brought up a great point. They didn't fall for it, right? It's not we really trick them. I know the majority of the time that most agencies just call a number, and that's the number of shots fired, and they just shoot. I know that because I've been around them a day or two, right? I just add a simple thing. The whistle is the command of execution. I even repeat it twice, right? Make sure they understand, hey, I'm going to call a number. Number's preparatory command. That number is also the number of shots fired. Whistle is the command of execution. Say it again. Boom. And we talk about specifically when that sympathetic fire goes on, because you'll have one guy that'll shoot, then other guys will shoot because they're really kind of confused what's going on. Well, he's shooting. It's got to be right. Blah, blah, blah. A little bit of butt chewing, kind of, hey, man, what are you doing? You knew it was wrong. You still did it. And we bring up the key point. How could we have shut this down? Yeah. Because guys aren't doing it, right? But the concept of this teamwork isn't there. It's wrong. Guys are shooting. Why let something go from bad to worse? Call ceasefire. And to your point, hey guys, tac mag change might be a good idea. I would probably sit there and have to go holster them up. I'm going to the front. Man, teamwork. Woo! I hate to say it, but that's the part that I think is missing, right? So yes, it's individual as far as you building an individual skill set. However, there's also some teamwork that goes on. So you think about, prime example, and again, your sympathetic fire on the range. Yes, you've identified your target, but out there in the real world, one guy starts blasting. If you've never really ID'd the target, you're probably going off of him, but are you shooting because you've ID'd, or are you shooting because he's shooting? And then, well, you're shooting, he's shooting, somebody else is shooting. Is this wrong or right? Right, wrong? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just, even at the individual officer level, you've got to instill teamwork. Can we do it on the flat range? Yeah, we do. And you see some guys that, okay, somewhere they might do it. They usually don't do it the next iteration because they just got their butt chewed, so they're a little switched on. But you figure by a couple more, they screw it up. Somebody ends up, breaking leather, blasting a couple rounds, and then boom, ceasefire. You're like, good job, guys.
Okay.
Way to at least catch it, right? So That's the other part. And when you see things like that, that to me is going, hey man, we're doing some things to get 1% better. In a perfect world, if they could bring this stuff back to their agencies, that would even be better. And we've heard a bunch of guys say, dude, I'm stealing that and taking it back. By all means, go ahead.
Yep.
It's not proprietary. Trust me. You know?
And to go along those lines about the 1% better too, we had a couple guys, man, they were just burning it down, doing all kinds of good stuff, moving pretty quick too, and being very efficient, except they were doing, the reach over and racking the slide with the with their hand on top of the slide. And I said, hey man, and I videotaped it. My man's covering himself with the muzzle of his firearm. I said, you know you're doing that? And he was blasting away. He's like, no, man, had no idea. No idea. And just going to say that those guys go out there, have no trouble with the quals. They have no trouble doing most of the tasks. You can always be better. And we're going to point it out. It out. So you come to our trainings, that's just the way it is. So don't think that just because, you have a little anxiety or you don't quite know where your stuff is right now and you have no starting point because you're not taking down your data. It's not just you. It's everybody. Everybody can get better. So you just got to hang in there, man.
Us included, right?
Oh, dude.
Excuse me. It's not, dude, we're working all the time. And the part is,
I'm never happy.
Dude, I don't think we ever will be.
Never satisfied, maybe that I don't have to train anymore. Yeah, I don't have to train anymore. I'm never there. No,
because the thing is, as we start, let's just say, getting more mature, certain things,
as we start to season,
as we get more experienced, right? Certain things start happening to the chassis here, and sometimes the chassis just doesn't want to work like it used to work, and sometimes there's some achies and owies, and sometimes those of us that got some traumatic brain injuries and some convergence issues and some eyeball things going on, things ain't exactly going on exactly. Oh, you're like, whoa, what do we have here? It's all right. You work through it, but guys just need to understand, hey, that's life. That's okay. Because I'm still gonna go.
Even when we do the physical duress. Oh man, so I said, dude, we got you by like a decade, bro.
Yeah,
and we do this all the time.
Oh,
I know that drives you nuts.
I'm gonna use Kenny Freeman. Kenny Freeman, right?
Yes.
So the sheriff of Jennings County, and maybe you can help me recollect. He hadn't run in how long?
He said he hasn't run in 5 or 7 years. 7
years. Hadn't run. Dude, he put the smackdown on them cats.
For the first iteration, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, even for the second one, he did good.
Clean shoot.
Clean shoot on the first one. Yep. I think he dropped one in the second one. But even his physical ability, spot on. Chucking that bag around like old sandbags back in the almighty. It's like, I got this, man. But there's something to be said. And the other part I got to throw out there to Kenny Freeman, I ain't seen another sheriff out at training. I ain't seen another chief. I ain't seen any white shirters out there. It's all just, hey, dude, you got the minions. You might have a couple training dudes out there, which.
And hats off to them, by the way. Yeah.
Well, hats off to them.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, man. If you're a training guy, don't show up with your freaking competition gun and your competition belt. Show up there with your duty rig and your duty gun. Yeah. Right? Now, I got it. I will give you this. If you're out, if your department's playing around with red dots and you want to have it out there and you're, doing a true T&E on it, cool, I'm good with it. Right? Yeah. I don't have an issue. Excuse me. I've seen law enforcement firearms instructors out there, competition rigs and competition blasters. And I'm going, and they're teaching, right? They're teaching their department off of this. Hey, Sarge, I'm having a problem working this hood or something. Can I see how you do it? Or can you demo it? Nope. Because you ain't got one, right? Maybe you run back and got a belt hidden back somewhere. I don't know. But to me, it's like, why do I have a freaking Safari Land with a hood on it? Just for that. for my LE cats, right? And here's the thing. Do I always flip the hood up? Nope. Do they bust me on it? Yep. That's all right.
Yeah, you got to have, especially when it's, you got to have an edge, right?
Well, it's not a training trying to get an edge.
They're a trip, man.
Dude, I love them guys, right?
Yeah, love those guys. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Or
I could go that fast if I didn't have my hood up.
Yeah. Or I just start catching myself. Yeah. I call it. Hood wasn't up.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not abide by your rules and regulations,
Yeah.
Yeah,
those guys are great, man. Guys and gals, man, what a good dudes and girls,
yeah,
man.
But it's part of it's having a good time. Part of it's I get it, but I just say this for this aspect. So if they're catching me not having my hood up, you don't think they're looking at this cat rolling out there
Absolutely.
with all his Gucci gear, and what kind of happens to your credibility? Oh, he's only doing that because he's got that. Why can't you?
And that may or may not be the truth, but
no.
Why even have that in the equation?
Why even have that doubt drop in their heads?
Mm-hmm.
So, just go, yeah, dude. I mean, if you can modify your pistol, whatever your department allows, dude, by all means, go for it. If your department's running red dots, by all means, stick it on there. But why wouldn't you run? I mean, if I had to do that, if I was a cop on the range teaching, would I strip my belt down? Probably. Oh yeah. Do I need all that excess crap? Yep. Why do I need cuffs out on the range? Don't need that stuff, right? Do I really need my taser? If we're not talking taser employment, really don't need that. Do I need a freaking radio? Probably not using it to call anybody. You can slim your belt down.
Yeah.
But how can I demo, especially for, an agency that has some of these, let's just say, unique magazine pouches? How are you demoing that out of a speed magazine, rig?
Yeah.
It's
not the same thing.
No,
it's not the same thing.
So,
totally agree, man.
And again, the reason I don't have it, dude, I can't have them all. I'd have to have 10,000 freaking magazine pouches. Yeah. Probably doing some, behind my back, my spine, going, man, for this one, dude, this. It's like,
Yeah.
But we try to address it, try to give them some tips, techniques to work through. But yeah, man, it's just often a slight tangent there. But the key point is, regardless what you're doing, not only in the range, but just in life, right? How do we make those incremental gains? And I've got to say, man, from the firearm side, the firearms training notebook, man, it's in there. We've got kind of, it slaps you right in the face. What's your goals? You've got to put pen to paper to write, what are my goals? And you can be broad, right? Or you can be very specific. It doesn't matter. It's your book. Hey man, I want to improve my draw from the holster. Cool. If you're a qual type deal and you're hanging at the marksman level and you want to get the expert level, dude, I want to qualify expert, right? Something tangible, whatever it is, right? It's your book. But I'm a firm believer, if you never write down, hey man, here's my goal. So from the shooting side, or you look at the weightlifting side, I want to bench press freaking 5 plates. Well, great. If you never write it down, you ever going to do it? Because you'll come up with some excuse. And that's typically it. But if that bad boy
and we talked about that, like less than 2% of Americans write down anything concerning their goals.
Yeah.
But when they do, they have an 80% chance of reaching those goals. 80%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the thing.
It's no different with the firearms training notebook. Well, that's one of the main pages, the first couple pages. What are your shooting goals?
Exactly.
Yep.
And here's the thing, guys, right? Let me give you a secret. Listen, it's okay to line that goal out and write a new one.
Man, there's nothing better.
Dude, I'm going to tell you this. When you do that, the sense of freaking accomplishment, you're like, dude, I just crushed that. And then, oh, by the way, I'm not happy there. I'm going to kick this thing up into 5th gear because we got 6 or 7, 8 more to go, and I'm writing the new one. And boom.
Yeah.
And you could even put you could put things, hey man, you're looking for, a certain time draw from the holster, and you can put yourself freaking, I want to do this in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever you,
Yeah.
I mean, you can break it down even deeper, man. I mean, these things go however much you want to put in, but,
yeah. We just caution you, make sure that it's a realistic goal, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
just
talk
make sure it's attainable.
Yeah. And we talk about, hey, excuse me, whatever, if you look at your self-eval numbers, add anywhere from a quarter to a half a second, just to give you a starting point to kind of go, hey man, I know this is my mean where I can get this thing going each and every time. Okay, cool. And once I feel comfortable there, like, dude, I've got this all day long. Yeah. Then we start ratcheting some tenths off and get a little better, little better, little better, little better. And there's nothing wrong going, dude, during your dry fire session, say you're a mean 2-second guy. All right, well, I'm going to start at, 2.25. I'm going to go 210. I'm going to go to 2. I might even go to 190, maybe 180, right? Just to kind of see, hey, where's things at? And then just be an honest broker. And them sights really there when I'm breaking the shot? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know. And then, you repeat that cycle, kind of see where you wind up at. And then, dude, go out to the range. And like I said, if you've got that box of 50 bullets, excuse me, dude, and you've been working, drawing from the holster, man, I would easily at least set 10, maybe 15 rounds to the side just to go, let me just see if I've got this thing where it needs to be. And man, you bang 10 or 15 consistent within that window mark. You might have to sit there and go, that goal's got to line through because, man, we just crushed it. Now we're going, man. You might go that, hey, I went from that 2. Now I'm at the 1.8 level, 1.75, 1.7. Man, we're gonna ramp this thing up, and just keep working on it. So
just keep working, man.
But make sure you guys are using your phones in conjunction. That'll help you if you're seeing any added movement, anything crazy that you don't normally realize. And 9 times out of 10, when we point things out to guys, they don't even realize they're doing it. The old classic dip the head, looking through the top of the eyeballs. They don't even realize. So,
yeah. Anyway, guys, quick shout out to Killcliff. They helped us out a lot. So go to killcliff.com, use OTR 15, save yourself 15%. Also go to drinkhoist.com. I believe it's also OTR 15.
I think it's
not sure.
I think it's OTR 10.
OTR 10. Yeah, but you go to drinkhoist.com, use the promo code.
Yeah, go look at our industry partners page just to verify. Because we got so many and they go back and forth. I'm like, bah.
Oh, dude. And we're always trying to add more, man. You go to warhog.com, kellydefense.com, and check those industry partners out. Rick and I mentioned it in the last couple of shows that always, adding a newsletter went out today. I know Rick's got one in the works. Also, the product videos and some of the shops from Amazon are all on there, the OTR on demand. Make sure you check that out. But the big one we want to push, and we've been trying to do that, is the Patreon page. So if you go to patreon.com/on the range podcast, look at the tier levels, join the Patreon group, like-minded people, a lot of fun, a lot of no BS training, and that stuff is going on. Like I said, it just takes the time to get in there and a little quick edit and start populating. And we've already got two new ones on there. Go check it out. Patreon.com/on the range podcast. There's already a lot of great content, plus we got the bi-monthly Zoom calls. So go check that stuff out. So,
yeah, buddy.
Great topic, man. We're not bashing on anybody. We're just really passionate about it. We're just trying to help these guys out. So we just keep doing it. And, the instructors out there keep doing a good job. But don't be afraid to let these guys think and run with it. And, they're going to surprise you. They're going to surprise you. These are smart, dedicated folks. So, all right, man, let's do it again, Rick.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, pal.
See you, Mark.
See you guys. I think I'm rolling here.